She thought your silence was temporary, a momentary pause she could manipulate, decode, or wait out. She didn't expect it to become the echo that finally taught her what words failed to say. Because sometimes the most powerful thing a man can do is say nothing long enough for the truth to rearrange itself in her mind. Silence is not what people fear meaning is. When you stop talking, she isn't panicking because you disappeared. She's panicking because her mind is being forced to fill in the blanks. And that is where everything becomes real. Psychological research shows that uncertainty triggers stronger emotional responses than negative clarity. The brain hates unsolved puzzles, and when you go silent, you become the unfinished story her thoughts keep trying to complete. You didn't choose silence because you're weak. You didn't choose it because you're angry or insecure or trying to play games. You chose it because communication was no longer communication. It had become noise. It had become rehearsed answers, recycled excuses, emotional bargaining, and little performances meant to keep you predictable. Silence is the moment a person stops negotiating their worth. It's a boundary that cannot be debated, manipulated, or sweet talked into disappearing. Behavioral science confirms that humans respond more intensely to loss than gain. This is called loss aversion, and it's why your silence suddenly feels louder than anything you ever said. She counted on your presence because it was consistent. She expected your forgiveness because it was reliable. She assumed your voice would always be waiting for her, no matter how many emotional shortcuts she took. But the moment you removed that certainty, the balance shifted. Silence became the psychological mirror she never wanted to look into. And here's the part she never saw coming. Silence doesn't punish, it reveals. It reveals who reaches out, who reflects, who takes accountability, who grows, and who simply wanted you there to fill a space. When words stop flowing, intentions become visible. People who genuinely care move toward you. People who were only attached to the benefits move away. Silence filters the entire landscape without you lifting a finger. But the real transformation happens within you. Because silence isn't just something she hears, it's something you feel. It gives your nervous system space to reset, your emotions room to breathe, and your identity the opportunity to reclaim ground it lost. You begin to notice what conversations were draining you, what interactions were distracting you, and what patterns you accepted because speaking up felt exhausting. Silence is the laboratory where a new version of you is built. This isn't about ghosting. This isn't about disappearing to teach lessons or win power games. This is about stepping away long enough to hear your own thoughts without interference. It's about creating distance so truth can rise to the surface. Healthy silence is intentional, grounded, and anchored in self respect. It's not an escape, it's a recalibration. And when you return not to her, but to yourself, you're no longer afraid of losing anyone. Because anyone who needed your silence to realize your value was never seeing you clearly to begin with. Emotional inconsistency teaches you what someone never intended to reveal because instability exposes truth faster than confession ever will. When someone's words say one thing but their behavior drifts, glitches, and contradicts itself, you're not witnessing confusion, you're witnessing the collapse of the persona they tried to maintain. People can fake charm, discipline, promises, and even affection, but they can't fake patterns. Patterns are the fingerprints of someone's emotional reality. Every sudden shift, every warm then cold moment, every unexpected withdrawal or selective attention is data, not drama data. The human brain is wired to reveal more through habit than intention. And when someone's emotional energy swings without reason, it isn't an accident, it's an involuntary confession. It shows you where you rank in their internal hierarchy. It shows you which parts of you they value and which parts they take for granted. It shows you how deeply they're invested or how easily they detach. Emotional inconsistency often appears in micro moments. The delayed reply after an intimate conversation, the sudden enthusiasm when they need something, the disappearing act when accountability approaches. These shifts aren't random. They're signals of competing priorities, unresolved conflicts, or a level of attachment that doesn't match yours. Human behavior research shows that inconsistency often indicates internal tension, someone trying to maintain a role they don't fully believe in, or juggling desires they don't want you to see. But here's the real revelation: inconsistency is the shadow of truth. It shows you their emotional bandwidth, it exposes their capacity for steadiness, empathy,